African leafy vegetables form a significant source of food in both rural and urban areas. However, indigenous vegetable cultivation continues to face challenges of optimal production. Their cultivation are confined to subsistence farming, even though their potential for commercial production can be of great economic and nutritional benefit. The Australian government, through the Australian Centre for International Agricultural Research, the Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organisation (KALRO), Biodiversity International, and Biodiversity for Food and Nutrition Project (BFN) are working together with farm organizations to enhance livelihood security of smallholder farmers in Kenya. Busia County is leading the way in increasing the use of indigenous vegetables that are popular in cultural diets and can provide a source of food for economic and improved nutrition for the locals thanks to this multi-sectoral approach.
In this county, we have a lot of malnutrition. In fact, at least 26.6% of children under the age of 5 are malnourished. And that's what led us to go to work in this Busia County. Busia County is rich in biodiversity. Busia County has a lot of rainfall, many days of rain in a year, and yet the malnutrition levels is one of the highest recorded in Kenya. One of the reasons we think this is the case is because of lack of awareness of the value of biodiversity that exists, and two, lack of institutional policies that support mainstreaming of biodiversity in Busia County. Now, in the larger BFN project, the larger Biodiversity for Food and Nutrition project, it has 3 pillars. One of the pillars is developing scientific information to support mainstreaming biodiversity for food and nutrition, but also using this data to improve policies or develop policies to raise awareness and also to create bipartisan support for biodiversity improvement.
The project is helping revive interest in nutritious indigenous vegetables by building the capacity of entrepreneurial farmer groups to sustainably produce, use, and respond to market demands for these crops from institutional markets such as schools and health institutions, amongst others. This is a project that the county government values and is wholeheartedly supporting in its quest to overcome malnutrition and food insecurity in the county.
The local vegetables are rich in nutrition and are rich in nutrients. They provide a variety of nutrients because in them we'll find that they are very rich in iron, they are very rich in vitamin A, they are very rich in a lot of minerals and vitamins combined, whereby they provide a lot of curative and preventive benefits to consumers, because you find that generally when you talk about vegetables, there are vitamins, and vitamins, the main function is prevention of disease and improving our immunity. And therefore, when you find that when you eat the indigenous vegetables, somebody's immunity will automatically improve because of the vitamin A in them. Some of them also, when they produce seeds, in those seeds also you get zinc, which is also boosts a lot of immunity. And therefore you find that generally there will be health, people will improve in their health status, and by improving health status it means that they will be more productive. And when they are productive now, they will produce more food. And therefore you find that now the circle of having malnutrition will end and people will be healthy. And therefore, in order to achieve that, you find that different departments and different organizations have come together.
Farmers in Busia County rely on rain-fed agriculture, which is disadvantageous to them due to the fact that when there is bumper harvest with no well-developed value chains and market for their produce, the result is low prices, and in some cases the vegetables end up being used as cattle feed.
As a ministry, The main problem of marketing is we do not have a seriously well-organized market. And you find that the middlemen exploit the farmers. So I think the next time we are having plans whereby at least we will have a unity of measure. The story of Gorogoro will be out, at least now may go in kilos, and get farmers into organized groups so that they can have power, and also the prices will actually be set. But for now, we don't have a very serious organized marketing system. Okay, the first policy that I was working on, it was to do with the issue of biodiversity with food policy. So once that policy is through now, but it's at the county assembly stage. So once that policy is through and is adopted by the county government, is when now this issue of marketing will come, because at least the hospitals and schools, they'll now have to, it will be like now a policy that they include as many as possible these diversified foods and vegetables, then not mainly sticking like on cabbage, etc., to provide meals to the students. So from there, I think we are now going to have the policy, a serious policy on marketing.
In an effort to mitigate such challenges, the Sustainable Income Generating Investment Group SINGI links farmer groups to institutional markets, empower community-based organizations, promotes the utilization of local biodiversity by raising awareness among target groups of the value of indigenous crops and improved diets. The project has incorporated several schools in Busia County to raise awareness on the value of indigenous crops, which has seen the setting up of several school gardens, including in schools for children with special needs.
Biodiversity International has been working in Busia for the past 5 years. They started with a project called Biodiversity for Food and Nutrition, and in the middle of the project they came up with a pilot project under the Biodiversity for Food and Nutrition project, that is the Linking Farmers to Market. Linking Farmers to Market has 3 objectives. One is to empower community-based organizations and self-help groups to supply the markets with nutritious food, local foods, and also to develop institutional markets and supply chains to be able to be supplied with the local foods, and also to create awareness on the importance of the local foods on the target groups. So far, the Biodiversity International is collaborating with various partners, key partners in the project. That is the Ministry of Agriculture, who deals majorly by the production of local foods in the county. Then we deal with the health, who look at the nutrition status of the local foods in the county. And we also deal with education, because we are trying to improve the nutrition status of students in schools. It's also collaborating with schools, farmer groups, and other NGOs in the county who are working on the same.
Yes, the partnership we have has really helped, because when we talk about SINGI, it's an organization, it's a voluntary organization that has no support. But basic now, the partners that were working together have really come up with strongly, because they have empowered SINGI to really outreach its farmers for the purpose of producing more vegetable. And this is also empowered because SINGI is well trained, and SINGI has 2 staff that are trained very well in agriculture. They are trying now to enhance this capacity building in agricultural techniques and the knowledge that really improves the production of food and vegetable, because we emphasize on technologies that can bring a lot of production within the shortest time possible.
Kwa hakika imesaidia sana. Kiupande ya kwanza kabisa, hata upande ya kutuelimisha sisi kama wanachama ama wanamradi, namna ya kupanda, namna ya kunini, namna ya kuanzia kupanda hadi kuuza. Wametufundisha, hii mradi inatufundisha mambo mingi ya faida yenye sisi kwanza wakulima tu kwa tunajua. Tena kitu kingine mimi nafurahia hii mradi inatuunganisha pamoja.
Farmers use different types of garden technologies to produce local vegetables, and as a result of limited space for cultivation, they use technologies such as keyhole, which is drought-tolerant composting garden, multi-story, which uses tall sack filled with soil from which vegetables can grow, mandala, where vegetables are grown in circles on raised mounds of soil, and lastly, raised bed, which can be used for different soil type for your garden. Benefits of this project are numerous.
As a boarding school, we feed our students on the normal menu that most schools use. And for quite some time, we have been feeding them on cabbages and kale. But we realized that we could go beyond that and introduce African leafy vegetables, which have been proved to be more nutritious compared to kale and cabbages. Now, following an invitation for a workshop organized by Cadro and Biodiversity International, I was a participant in that workshop where there was a lot of sharing. The theme was linking farmers to the market. And at the workshop, we came to the realization that schools form a very big part of the market for farmers in all ways, in terms of various foodstuffs that are supplied to schools. But one group of farmers that have not benefited from this are those who are engaged in production of African local leafy vegetables. Yet they have a lot of nutritional value. So in the workshop there was an attempt to explore possibilities of schools collaborating with the farmers so as to provide a market for these African leafy vegetables.
I'm very grateful that at least when the biodiversity came in, the problems that we were experiencing before has been cut down. And therefore, we were shown on the methods of how we can be able to plant local vegetable, indigenous vegetable, of which we are relying on. One, this one has become an income generating project. Secondly, it has also reduced our costs that we are spending while maybe purchasing this particular vegetable from the suppliers. And it has also increased immensely the health conditions of our kids, although at the moment we are still experiencing a lot of challenges because of the poverty level of our parents.
You know, even our local farmers, they have had a challenge of a market, and yet the market is within them. So with the introduction of that, this kind of local African local vegetable, which is easily produced at a lower cost, actually, not cheap cost, but at lower cost, and very adaptable to our environment. And the challenge they have had in the past is that the market is sustainable. In fact, what I can advise that this program should be extended to other schools, learning institutions, could it be in primary or secondary, so that we actually develop that culture of eating our own local food, our traditional local food. You know, it will bring a very positive indicator to economy, both in the market availability, which guarantees our income, and also maximum utilization of our available resources in terms of food stuff.
The children in the schools are also benefiting health-wise.
Nashukuru sana hii mradi wa mboga imenipunguzia kazi sana ya vijana kukua hapa na pale. Kiwa hapa vile tumekaa hivi, kuna vijana ambao hawali sukuma, imekuwa ikiwasumbua sana. Sasa walipokuwa wakija huku wanapata madawa, tunatumia madawa tofauti. Tuko na madawa, walikuwa tukinunua mikebe karibu 10. Lakini tangu wa kule zile mboga, naona hali ya madawa ya kutuliza kiungulia imerudi chini sana.
This partnership is also beneficial for both farmers and the school administration, as it provides a ready market and is significantly reducing expenditure on other exotic vegetables such as kale and cabbages within the schools.
3,000 a bag for a day. But local vegetable, we spent around 1,500 shillings I think, during the harvest.
This project has made the local community to change their negative perception of local vegetables and have shifted from unhealthy eating habits to healthy ones. Their livelihoods have also improved in terms of income.
I'd like to thank Jeff and FAO for supporting this project in Kenya and in all the 4 countries. I particularly want to thank Marietta Sakalian from Jeff UNEP for the support and encouragement during the implementation of the 5-year BFN project. I want to thank Ruth Charondia as well as Florence Tatanak from FAO for supporting us in Kenya and making sure that we deliver the outputs we have been able to deliver. I also would like to thank ACR for the grant that was given to us to implement the linking farmer groups to institutional markets, pilot project that we implemented in Kenya so successfully. Thank you very much to Melissa Wood of ACR and Liz Gutu of ACR as well. Personally, I'd like to also thank my colleagues, the national project coordinators of the 4 countries, of the 3 other countries, Brazil, Turkey, and Sri Lanka, for camaraderie and friendship during the implementation of this project and allowing me to learn from them. I've really enjoyed working with you people, and I want to thank you very much. Lastly but not least, I want to thank Teresa Borelli from FAO coordinating from Biodiversity, from the Global Coordinating Office in Biodiversity, for her excellent coordination and for supporting us in Kenya. I also want to very much thank my friend, colleague and mentor, Dr. Danny Hunter, for having coordinated this project in a very excellent way and for personally advising and encouraging me and encouraging the Kenya group to do what we have been able to do. Thank you all very much for your excellent support and excellent camaraderie and friendship.